So the Raptors take the L to the Dallas Mavericks, 139-129 in Dallas. And this shouldn't take me long, ladies and gentlemen, because I am tired as hell. And on top of that, I think I can actually finish this one in 12 minutes. So let's go ahead and try here. So let's go to some of the notes. The Raptors, specifically RJ Barrett, started off pretty aggressively in this game. 13-13 with 6:35 remaining in this game, but he had 5 points with 7:10 remaining in this game. And it's been good to see RJ Barrett come out aggressive and come out aggressive early. And what's big for me is his shot selection and his efficiency. And you'll hear me speak about that with RJ Barrett more and more and more as time goes on, because that is very important. 7 to 13 from the field. He was 1 of 3 from 3-point range. He had 16 points in this game, and he was a plus 10 with the plus minus scale here. And, overall, I thought he played decent. Like his defense, I thought was decent at times as well. But overall, to me, still, that's the big thing when it comes to the Raptors is defensively. Defensively, communication, shot selection. What kind of shots are you getting off of turnovers? All those things we'll talk about. But overall, he starts off early in this game, and it was a bad turnover game for the Dallas Mavericks, especially early. Okay, they had 20 turnovers overall in this game, and the Raptors had 16. They weren't great on in regards to turnovers as well either, but luckily for the Raptors, they got some help from Sandro Mamu. Okay, he played pretty well in this game. 16 points. He played 22 minutes, 6 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3-point range. But he gave the Raptors a nice boost off the bench and helped them get off to a solid start in this game. Scottie Barnes looked pretty good in the first quarter. He did overall the entire game. But in the first quarter, I thought he looked really good on both ends of the floor, making those mid range jumpers, hitting a three early. Jamal Shed came in. He had 4 assists off the bench. And it was 32-32 after the first quarter. Now, Scottie Barnes in this game had 33 points. He was 13 and 24 from the field, knocked down 3 out of 5 3-pointers, which is really good. I do like to see that. I just don't like when he forces the threes, and he hasn't really done that yet this season. I'm hoping he doesn't, but that's a really good sign. It's a good sign. When he has the three, he takes it and he's able to knock them down. And I mentioned to you that you do want to see him be able to take the three. You do want to see him be able to take it, because the only way for you to improve making that shot is for you to actually take them. He also had 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal in this game. And I would drop a bomb for Scottie Barnes, but I typically don't when the Raptors lose. So you will have to wait until they get a W to hear another bomb being dropped. But overall, Scottie played really, really good in this game. He was the bright spot. And you do want to see him be aggressive like that from a game-to-game basis. You need him to be. You need him to be. If you want to win games, this is the way Scottie Barnes is going to have to play. 24 field goal attempts. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'd rather see 24 field goal attempts from Scottie Barnes than 12 or 13. We need him to be aggressive. The Raptors had 12 assists on 15 made field goals early in the second quarter. I mentioned to you about the awful turnovers from the Raptors. Ingram had some pretty bad turnovers, and not just him. I don't want to single him out, but just overall, the Raptors have to take care of the basketball. Sandro Mamu, I mentioned, he had 13 points, 5 of 8 from the field in that second quarter. Scottie Barnes has 16, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 15 to 4 points for the Raptors off of turnovers. 15 to 4. Now, listen to this before I get into some of these numbers and stuff written down from the third quarter. I go to the box score here. because we don't want to make it too complicated. When you look at the field goal percentage in this game, because the last couple podcasts that I did talking about the Raptors and perimeter defense and communication, the Dallas Mavericks shot almost 60% in this game. They shot 58.8%. They were 50 of 85 from the field. The Raptors shot 49% in this game. They were 49 of 100. The Raptors had 15 more field goal attempts than the Dallas Mavericks. I'll repeat that. The Raptors had 15 more field goal attempts than the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks also made 11 more free throws. They shot 15 more free throws than the Raptors in this game as well. You got to circle those numbers. Lost the rebounding game again, 49-43 in this game. And so we start off in the third quarter. Brandon Ingram goes on a 7-0 run by himself. It was 76-69 at this point in the third quarter. RJ picks up his fourth foul at the 9:37 mark. Pirtle picks up his fourth foul at the 8:30 mark. And then Dallas goes on an 8-0 run. And that is at the 3:56 mark. And so what I like about Ingram is that he gives you some easy points at times, whereas last year it looks like where we struggled. If we couldn't go to Barnes and we couldn't go to Barrett, and it just looked difficult to be able to get into isolation, Ingram can do that for you because he has the size. It's easy for him to shoot over defenders, and he can get into that mid-range pocket and hit that 10, 12-foot jumper for you nice and easy right over the top. It's good to see. But my issues here at this point don't necessarily have to do with the offense. Now, we can get a bit more into it at some point. But to me, it's still about identity, toughness. Who has the grit? Who's going to put a body, muscle on them? Touching guys up through the lane, pause. Talking on defense. To me, that's what this is going to come down to. And yes, it's still only been 3 games. And did I mention Brandon Ingram's number in this? 22 points, 32 minutes in this game, 10 of 16 from the field, 2 of 3 from three-point range, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Like, I don't even know what to say when it comes to this game. It wasn't great, that's for sure. A lot of things still need to be worked out, but I think over these next few games, because the Raptors do have some tough games coming up, obviously we're going to learn more and more and more as we watch them. But what I'm watching for is grit. I'm watching for toughness. I'm watching rebounding and turnovers. I'm not really going to panic about the offense right now at this point. I think you got enough players offensively sound. You got to be unselfish. You want to make sure that you're taking good shots. All of those things matter. But I believe that they can work that out and they can figure that out. Defensively, to me, is what is worrying me. Even though it's just 3 games. And, there's a lot more that we got to see here. But that's where I want to see the improvement first. I didn't even write a whole bunch of notes going into the fourth quarter. It was 103-91 after the third quarter. And honestly, Anthony Davis was just a problem in this game. 11 of 14 from the field, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. PJ Washington was getting into the paint every chance that he could. 6 of 14 from the field. He had 17 points in this one. Lively. 4 points, had some nice dunks earlier on in the game. Klay Thompson had a modest 10, but off the bench, D'Angelo Russell was just causing fits out there for the Raptors. 29 points in this game. He was 8 of 18 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3-point range, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. He was a plus 26. He had 24 points in this game. And to me, he was the biggest problem in this one. Cooper Flagg looked pretty damn good as well. 8 of 14 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3-point range. He put 22 points on the board with a massive poster over Mamu. And, like I mentioned, and anybody who's following this team right now, you knew that Dallas was going to come out swinging here. You knew that. They wanted this game after going down 0-2 to start the season. So the Raptors really don't have any time to complain about this one because they're going to be right back in action in less than 24 hours. So they got to have a quick memory. They got to brush it off. They got to let it go. They got to regroup. They got to focus. They got to talk to each other, especially from a defensive standpoint, and figure some things out. And that's just the way that it's going to be. This is sports, and you got to have a fast, quick memory and move the hell on. Wasn't necessarily a pleasant game to watch, especially in the second half. Things look pretty choppy. Still a lot of things to figure out in this game. Darko looked absolutely pissed after the game, by the way. And so will we see some adjustments and some different lineups at some point? I guess we'll see in the next few games. But overall, the Raptors fall to 1-2. And we'll see what they have against the San Antonio Spurs. And the San Antonio Spurs are going to be a much improved team. So get ready because they got some ballers over there. We know about Wemby, but trust me, for any of you who know this team, that San Antonio team, you know they got some nice young ballers on that team around Wembanyama. And so they're going to be tough. They're going to be tough. Figuratively and literally. And we want to see who's going to come out with the heart, the grit, the rebounding, hard fouls if you have to, not any flagrants trying to hurt anyone, but do what you have to do here. The identity. What is it going to be? For anybody who follows me, you know that is a major question that I ask all the time. What do you think this team identity is going to be? You have any comments on that? Get in the comment section, put it down. Let me know what you think at MikeRoach23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the podcast at MikeRoach7 on IG. This is Mike Roach. San Antonio Spurs are up next. So thanks for listening. Peace. I'll be back again soon, and I'm out.